Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera, and thank you for joining me today for today's live color along. My camera angle is not what I wanted it to be. Oh, technology, technology, technology. So good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I am coloring today from Color Along Volume 11. We've got mixed media happening this morning, and I've got a variety of products with me, plus my brand new Faber-Castell markers that I'm really excited to use. And we're coloring a page that is from a Bug's View, so that is going to be very exciting. It's going to be quite a challenge because it's, well, not really a challenge, but it's an interesting page to color for mixed media because it has a lot of different sections. It's from a Dog's View. I'm sorry. My editors, aka the four-legged friends, are just not doing the job lately. I don't know. They need to step it up. So before we get started this morning, let's say good morning to everyone. And more importantly, let's say happy birthday to our friend, Sarah Thacker. Happy birthday, Sarah. Hope you have a great day today. So good morning to Mamie. Good morning to Alice. Good morning. Hey, Bonnie Hughes. Bonnie Miller's joined us this morning. Who else is here with us this morning? Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Marianne. Alexandria. Good morning. Good morning. Selena's joined us. Good morning to you. Hey, Beth Turner. Tina from the West Coast. Thank you, Tina, for joining us. Heather Berger, good morning, Heather. Hey, Jamie, a lot of people are already here. Alice is here with us this morning. Good morning to Cheryl Waters. Dawn, how's it going? Marty Paris joined us this morning. If I've missed anyone, then my apologies. Good morning to you. So we are coloring. Thank you, Jamie, for sharing that. We're coloring this morning from a page from Color Along Volume 11. My screen looks very blurry. Does it look blurry to anybody else? I don't know what's happening here. Let's hope it's not my crazy internet connection because I just made some adjustments to my internet connection yesterday. So let's hope Fios has got it together today. So we've got this page we're going to color from. This is from a Dog's View, but it's also in Color Along Volume 11, which is the book I'm using. And I have a variety of products with me today because today's mixed media. So I have my Crayola crayons. I've got a 24 pack. I have Faber-Castell Polychromos, my 12 pack. I'm wondering if the video is stuck. Is the video stuck, anybody? Maybe not. Maybe there's just a huge delay today. Hey, good morning, Melody. No, I guess it's not stuck. Okay, it's a big delay today. Okay, so I'll have to work with my delay. Then I have Faber-Castell Duo Tip Washable Markers. I just got these the other day. Hey, Lois. Good to see you. And these are really nice, actually. So these are, I guess they might be new from Faber-Castell, but non-toxic. I mean, the age is 4 and up, so that's kind of cool because I don't want to, you know me, I might want to eat a sandwich when I'm done and end up eating my markers. I don't know. So they're duo tip, and that means that on one side there's one color. So here's green on one side, and they have this kind of chisel tip with the point to the end. So that's cool. And then the other side is another color, same type of tip. So these were $9.99 on Amazon, which I thought was an incredible price because it's 24 markers, but because of the duo tip, you've got 48 colors. So I think it was a deal. All right, so the video is working okay. It looks blurry. Does it look blurry to anybody else? You know, I watched a video this morning. I'm taking a class this week every morning at 9 a.m. And I was watching that video this morning, and that wasn't blurry. So I thought I was in the clear. I thought I was good to go. And then I'm using, which are in a Ziploc bag, these are my Sakura Jelly Rolls. And I thought I would use them to kind of embellish and enhance. The other product that I have with me, which I'm really not sure if I'm going to use it or not because I've never used this before, this particular product. These are Crayola Chalk. I bought these at the dollar store, at Dollar Tree. And the Faber-Castell Grit Markers, I have those too, Marianne. I love those. I use them a lot. And they were running out. So I went on Amazon a few days ago to order a set of those so I could get another set. And when I was about to order them, it looks like they had these duo tip markers. So I figured I've never tried these before, and I liked the price, so I decided to use them. You know, Faber-Castell, with the exception probably of the Polychromos, I think that the price is actually pretty good. The quality is incredible. And my big concern with anything that I use is the odor. So I am not a fan of anything that has an odor like a Sharpie or a Big Market. I never use those. I'm actually considering purchasing Winsor Newton Pro Markers. Does anybody have those Winsor Newton Pro Markers? Because I just saw them for an incredible price on Walmart.com, and I'm thinking of using those. Crayola chalk for my pictures. Heather says, I love to use Crayola chalk for my pictures. Yeah, so this was just $1. I mean, it was worth it for a buck. Really nice color combination. There's 2 of each in here, so there's 6 colors, but it's a 12-pack. So I thought that might be fun to kind of play around with the background. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but, I mean, we're going to do whatever we want, because we can do whatever we want, right? We can just do whatever we want today. Bonnie's saying, what are you taking in? Bonnie's referring to that I mentioned that I'm taking a class every day this week at 9 a.m. It's an online class. It's not, it's not somewhere else. But I'm taking a class with a life coach that I have been working with for the past few years, actually. And it is a class about building courage. So that's what I'm taking. I'm taking this class with someone online, a life coach that I've worked with before, actually, a few years ago, and I kind of check in with her from time to time, but it's just really, really interesting about building confidence and building courage, and just to kind of be able to build that and kind of build up self-esteem. So I may be able to do these color-alongs and talk to all of you and talk to thousands of people and have these videos reach. But you kind of need to make sure you check in with yourself after you do something like this, and make sure that you don't kind of like, you don't want something to go to your head. Have you heard of, so I kind of want to be mindful of that, Bonnie. Just make sure that, we all struggle with self-esteem. We all kind of tell ourselves in the darkest moment that maybe we're not worth it or we're not good enough, right? We all get to that point. I get to that point a lot where I question what I'm doing. I question what I'm drawing, question what I'm creating, question a painting, walk away from a color along, say, did I make a fool out of myself today? Did I just say the right thing? So you got to kind of just keep that in check. Like, do you really need to do that to yourself over and over and over? And I think that if you got to the point where you walked away and you felt, hey, I am great, and I just walked away from everything and it was fantastic, and I did a great job, and I'm just like on top of the world, and I'm just perfect, then you're just not doing something right. So I just think that's my spiel about all of that. More than you wanted to hear about it, but that's my spiel about it. All right, so let's see. Sarah is asking, have you heard of Light Fest? No. What is that? Tell me. I don't know what that is. Are you spelling it wrong? So as soon as I said that, it started to look fuzzy? That's crazy, Alice, isn't it? Let's attract what we want to see, right? Maybe we should start talking about, like, I don't know, losing weight or something and have weight fall off us. I don't know, as we sit here. Okay, so I've got Faber-Castell Duo Tip Markers. We're going to jump in with these. Why not, right? Let's go with these. And it has a very interesting variety of colors. And this color, I feel like I have really never seen too much anywhere. I don't think I've ever seen this color here. You know what I should be doing today? I should be swatching these. Don't you think? Should I swatch? I don't know if I should swatch. I gotta refresh my page. Let's refresh my page instead of swatch. Let's hope my dogs are gonna be quiet today, because we had a long talk this morning about how quiet they needed to be. Okay. I think it's working. So, Sarah, tell us about Light Fest. What is Light Fest? I don't know about that. I don't think I know anything about that. I'm going to start out with my fish. So let's give him some, I think I'm going to go with kind of this like turquoise colored grass inside the tank. I don't know if I should swatch. I think I'm having too many issues, Bonnie. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swatch these, and I'm going to post my swatch. This one, because they don't have names, but I do like the colors, and I do like the flow of the marker. And to be honest with you, they really do remind me of the grip markers. So maybe I can put some different colors in this grass. I'll add this color here, and then add this turquoise here. So it's got the nice point to it, that nice chisel point. So that's kind of cool about it, because then you can get in this, like you can get inside this little tiny area here. I'm not sure if I like the heaviness of the actual marker itself, the length of it. Maybe I'm being picky today. Do you ever have a day where you're just being picky, 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 picky? If picks are framed a long time, they might fade in frame if they are not light fast. Oh, light fast. Oh, I thought you were talking about like a festival, Sarah. Yeah, light fast. Light fast means that it usually applies to colored pencils. Doesn't usually apply to, well, does it apply to markers? It's a rating that is given to a color, oh, you look what's on the back of these, by the way, a whole color chart right here. It's a rating that is given to a product as to whether or not they will fade. I thought it was something like, Sarah's saying, Maria said that some pictures if we color with something cheap mediums and the picture is loose 6 months later, the picture may fade. If you use something with a light fast rating, it will be great. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Heather's dropping the link. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, that's totally right. The light fast rating on it is, it's just a matter of whether it's going to fade. But the other part is that, don't forget, think of the word that's being used, light fast. So if it's open, if it's exposed to the light, whether it's exposed to sunlight or natural light or artificial lights, like lighting in your house, that type of thing. So consider all of that part of it. But I mean, it depends how serious you're going to be about it. I think that the light fast rating really kind of applies to, are you going to do something that you're going to make hundreds or thousands of dollars when you sell it? Then you would want to make sure that something didn't fade. You don't want to, for instance, I wouldn't want to do a commission piece for someone and charge them $1,000 for something, a piece of artwork, and only to have them call me 6 months later and say it's completely faded and it's just not right. But you know what? Think of the other way you can look at it too is think of what the sun would do to maybe like a piece of furniture in your house, maybe like a couch. Maybe the sun was shining and maybe it would fade, that type of thing. I was having a hard time seeing. It helps to see when you turn the light up on your phone. I know, you sound like me, Heather. Heather, I saw the other day this happens to me a lot, actually. I was using the computer, and I kept saying, man, I just can't see what the heck is on the screen. Just cannot see what's going on. Of course, on my list, I'm going to make these orange because they remind me of goldfish. Pepperidge Farm goldfish. I thought to myself, boy, I really need to have my eyes checked. Which we all do, right? But it wasn't that. It was because I had the brightness on my screen down to such a low number. It was just too dark. And one of my friends was over my house the other day, and they were checking the email on my computer, and they went to go get the keyboard, and they said to me, well, this keyboard is a piece of junk. I said, why? I said, it works fine. They said, there's no letters. My keyboard barely has letters on it. It has, I would show you, but it's too dirty. I don't want to show you my dirt. It is a real thing, Sarah. It is a real thing. The light fast. You can go to usually every product you use is going to have something called an MSDS report. And an MSDS report is what is like a safety report, a safety rating. If you work in a restaurant or you work in Sarah, maybe you have this where you work. A cleaning product that you use where you work, because you work in a bakery, right? So cleaning product that you would use in that bakery should have an MSDS report. And that MSDS report is going to tell you what is actually in that product or in that cleaning product. And coloring supplies do the same thing. So it's kind of a safety thing. And it's there so that, essentially it's there with cleaning products in the restaurant industry, for example. How I know this, I don't know, but it's in there for the restaurant, in the restaurant industry, for example. Say you eat at a restaurant and you get really sick, and the culprit is a cleaning supply that was maybe dripped into your food accidentally, of course. Then you want to know exactly what that was. So that MSDS report needs to be kind of on file in the restaurant industry, or in any type of kitchen type thing. So any type of other product you're using, whether it's a chemical, paint, they all have to have that kind of. It's just a material safety data sheet is what it stands for, MSDS report. So the light fast rating is similar to that, where it kind of tells you this has been rated. I don't know who actually does the light fast rating. It's not the company. It's not the actual company that does it. Like not the color. Like Faber-Castell doesn't do their own light fast rating on it. It's another company that does it. Let's take a look at the back of this and see if we can see what it has on here for light fast rating. I'm going to tell you one thing. The more expensive the product is does not mean that the light fast rating is better. Lois is saying, my hubby is a chemist and works with MSDSs all the time. So do you understand what I'm talking about, right, Lois? So you really want that to happen. It happens in the aerospace industry too, like Alice is saying. Yeah, I mean, it really should kind of be, you want to make sure that you're using something that's an approved product that you can kind of track back, right? And know what happened to that. I used to, I'll tell you a crazy story. I used to teach a class in a school setting, an art class in an after school program. And the people that were running another program, kind of like in the room across from us, were using a cleaning product that was not something that the school even knew they were using. One day they would use Lysol bathroom cleaner. The next day they would use 409. And they continued to rotate their products. And there were people that were getting sick in that room that they were in, and they did not know why they were getting sick. They were having all kinds of allergic reactions. And it turned out that it was, in fact, one of the products that was being used. And because they didn't have all that information on it, it was kind of a big deal. So that's what's happening with that. All right, so we've got this section here. I think I'm going to put chalk at the top of this. Let's see what happens if we put some chalk. I'm kind of disappointed that this doesn't have white chalk in it. Oh, look how cute. Look how cool that is. You know what this makes me want to do? This makes me want to go outside and kind of draw in the driveway. I may not use these for coloring. I may just go draw outside. All right, so because that has chalk, I am actually going to kind of blend it in. So I'm just kind of using, I've got markers here, I used some colored pencils in the background. Lois is commenting about this MSDS comment. As an RN, we wound up working with them a lot towards the end of my career. I think OSHA has requirements for when and how they have to be available. Yeah, exactly. OSHA probably does. I agree with you. You need to know what's in your food. You know, you need to know what product you're using, what you're touching, what your skin is coming in contact with, or what's in your environment, right? Hey, Abby. I don't think I said hello, but my apologies. This kind of looks like it has a cap on it. It does not. We don't want to have a cap on that. But I'm going to use a crayon up there. I'm going to use gray to kind of simulate that is a bowl. And I'm going to kind of color it a little bit darker in the corner and then a little bit lighter as we go towards there. And then here, I'm going to kind of go a little bit darker here. You could use lavender if you wanted to simulate glass. Kind of hard to do with a crayon. Okay, so we've got that section finished. Having a lot of fun here with the different markers, that's for sure. All right, let's jump into another color. I like to kind of do my divider lines. These are the lines all the same color. So let's do something that is different. This is a different color, this burgundy color. See what that looks like. Ooh, not what I expected. Completely not what I expected. Did not think this was going to be this pink. This reminds me of the color that a blueberry would be when you smushed it. Doesn't it? It's like blueberry stains. Blueberries are not really blue when you smush them. Paisley's pacing. Miss Paisley is pacing. Huh? So what else is going on in the coloring world? What are you guys coloring lately? Anybody coloring anything good? My new book, Coloring Book of Candles, was just released on, what was that, Monday? This week is flying by, and it's only Wednesday. I feel like yesterday was just like a blur. I spent hours on the phone yesterday with FiOS trying to renegotiate my FiOS plan, and I just was the craziest day. It's more magenta. It is, Lois, exactly. Alice is saying in the aerospace industry, it's for safety reasons. Some products you have to use rubber gloves, and some you need to have a face mask on. No kidding. I would imagine, yeah. Isn't it amazing the knowledge that we all have to bring to the table when we're in this group? It's amazing to me. Heather says, when using chalk, get Q-tips and blend the chalk with them. Really neat effects can be achieved this way. Oh, good idea, Heather. That is a very good idea. I feel like the my camera holder is getting in the way of my pen, of my marker being able to stand up like, what is it perpendicular? Is that the word I'm looking for? Perpendicular? Yeah, right? Not parallel. Which book, Abby? The candles one? The candles one is really cool. MSDS are all about safety, Lois is telling us, and knowing what you're working with. I liked having them available. It's nice to have them available. It's, you know, even at the back of a product that you would use in your house, you usually probably have that. Plus, the other thing is on a coloring product that I use, I always make sure I look for that AP. Can you see that? Where it says AP, which means it's non-toxic. I want to use something that, while I'm coloring, that is completely non-toxic. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, Bonnie's leaving. Bye, Bonnie. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. These are my Sakura Jelly Rolls. I don't really use these very often. I don't really know why, but I'm not really sure. Let's go with this kind of green color. This is a green glitter one. Oh, maybe that's too light. That's too light. Let's not use that. Ixnay on that. Oh, 3D Mandala. Oh, yes. 3D Mandala has become very popular. I'm going to color these little center things here. Hey, I'm 3 pages away from finishing Color by Number Volume 2. It's called Serene, the Color by Number book. I have 3 pages left to add numbers to. My cover is done. I think it's going to be done by the weekend, if I can get my act together. I did a few pages last night, and then I decided that I needed to walk away from the computer because I got to say those numbers really make my eyes a little like... Woohoo! My goal was to get my Color by Number book done before my eye doctor appointment at the end of April, because I decided that I didn't want to attempt that book with new glasses. Is that awful? I don't think my eye doctor would like me saying that. Thank you, Abby. Here's a yellow duo tip. I'm going to put that in the middle there. I love this golden yellow. Similar to the colors that are in, while it's hitting the page, it's definitely similar to what the Faber-Castell grip markers are, for sure. Does anybody have these? I don't know if Alexandra had mentioned that she had these, but these are really nice. I used to have another set of markers that these remind me of, by Leisure Arts, I think it was called. They were terrible. I can't believe how much they ran out. And I'm kind of questioning about the ink in this one. But you know what? If you have bought something on Amazon and it is not right, call Amazon. They'll replace it. Replace it, refund. I just recently bought Paisley says that's right. She's behind me. Is there an advantage for you if I buy a book from you instead of through Amazon? Here's the difference. Paisley, come over here so we can explain the difference without you barking at me. Here's the difference. When you buy something on Amazon... Well, let me let Paisley outside before I tell you this story. You have to go outside, Pete? Okay, the dogs are outside. So, here's the difference. When you buy something on Amazon, as far as how much money I make on each book, I make the same amount of money on a book on Amazon versus selling it on my website. But the only difference is that with Amazon, I get paid 60 days later. So, for instance, whatever books I sell in April will get paid to me at the end of June. And then if you buy something from me on my website, then I get paid like the next day. But if you buy something on my website, you will not get your book for like, I think it's just like 10 days by the time it gets shipped to you. So it's totally up to you where you want to buy that book. Lois said, I grabbed a color by number book on a whim, not yours, in parentheses, and after was thinking how annoying it was going to be to see the numbers after I'd finished coloring it all. How annoying it was going to be to be seeing the numbers after I'd finished coloring it all. That's why I don't have the numbers on them, because I think the same thing. How annoying would that be, right? I don't want to see those numbers. Yeah, so Melody, if you want to purchase the, I'm going to go with red for this section here. If you want to purchase the actual physical book, it takes like, they usually say 10 to 14 business days for shipping. But I will say that last week, I ordered a book for someone. I had a book shipped from the publisher, because I ship it directly from the publisher when you order a book from me. It doesn't come directly from me. So I think they already got their book like within a week. So maybe, I guess it just depends. I don't know what it depends on. It's not 2-day shipping like if you have Prime. It must have, how are the sizes of the numbers, Lois? Because I just feel like it's just so tiny. And how about those crazy dot to dots? Those are crazy. So tiny. Do you think that the company that makes the reading glasses in a store, like you can buy like at CVS or something, do you think that they are the ones that make those books? Something. Or do you think that the Optometrist Association is like decided to get together and make us all feel like we just can't see a thing with those crazy books? I don't know. It makes you wonder, because so many people need glasses after a certain age, right? Somebody was commenting the other day about this, and they said, well, I guess I reached the age where I definitely can't see anything. So, and I started to think, have we all reached that age where we just can't see something like that? Or is what we're looking at actually purposely getting smaller to make us all believe that we really do need to get glasses? You gotta wonder, doesn't it? They're really complex drawings, and in hindsight, probably much more than I want to deal with. Well, I hope you can check out my color by number books, Lois. I have Tranquil that's on Amazon, and now I'll have Serene that'll be coming out hopefully as soon as I finish it. I'm thinking it'll get finished by the weekend. I know that's how long it takes. But you know what, Melody? It seems like a long time, but if it's just a consistent thing, it's not that big of a deal. Hey, hang on a second. I kind of actually like it better than it was. It used to not be like that. It used to be 30 days. It used to not be that 30-day thing, and I gotta tell you, I kind of like it a little better. Because, I don't know, you kind of know. I feel like I know more. I'm going to go with crayon on the bottom. I'm going to use this regular old brown. Whoever named this crayon was not really being very creative, were they? Brown. But I am going to color kind of a heavier pressure under the bowl, as thinking that maybe the light is shining from here, and it's kind of darker here. Oh, Lynn, I didn't even see you. I'm sorry. Good morning, Lynn. We are all used to screens where we can make things larger. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Sometimes I feel like I need to like pinch my fingers to make something larger that I'm trying to look at. It's like I'm looking across the street and trying to be a nosy neighbor and trying to see what the heck is going on across the street, right? We all do that. Come on. You got to admit, everybody does that, right? We all have a little bit of Mrs. Kravitz in us from Bewitched. And I feel like I need to, like, pinch my fingers together and open them up to make it bigger so I can see what the heck is going on across the street. One of those with the numbers up to 300. Oh my God, do we have time in life to do 300? Right, Lynn? Don't you think? You're doing it now. You're looking outside and you're thinking, what the heck is going on across the street? Let me pinch my fingers together and see if I can spread them apart, and then I can get closer. It's like I need my binoculars. Let's add a different color to this. Almost dropped my chalk. Poof. All right. You know who's really nosy is Scarlett. My dog Scarlett is extremely nosy. She spends a lot of time hanging by the window, watching what's going on. Maybe she needs to have, like, this is yellow-orange. Maybe she needs to have, like, a head cam or something. So I'm just using this orange color on top of the... Abby says, I'm outside now and I still can't see. Lynn says, I bought a cute pair of binoculars, $2 in an estate sale. Oh, those must be adorable. Are they like, I need a pair of binoculars. Or I need that thing. Do you ever see that thing that's called, remember that thing? It used to be called a Whisper 2000. Maybe I'm just being really nosy, but do you guys ever see that thing? It was called a Whisper 2000 where, yeah, she's the neighborhood watch. I tell her that she has a business called I Spy. I Spy with my little eye. Scarlett's watchdog business. There was, remember that thing? It was called a Whisper 2000. Maybe I'm the only one that remembers this. But it was like this big thing and you would hold it up and you could like amplify sound from across the way. There's an app on your phone now. Do the Heidi Klum thing and make binoculars around your eyes with your hands. Does it work, maybe? Hey, I'm going to get Scarlett something. She's crying. Hold on a second. She must be looking at something outside. Scarlett, what's wrong? What's the matter, girl? Oh, no, there's nothing over there. This is what caused me to get caught the other day. There's nothing else. How about if I give you this? Come here. Here you go. You remember that, Abby? Right? It was the Whisper 2000. And now I think there's an app on your phone. You can put an app on your iPhone and it will do the same thing. I think I did it one time because I was trying to hear, to see if, I was playing around to see if I could hear like birds. That were chirping. That Heidi Klum. Maybe she has invisible ones. You know, she's probably rich enough that she could afford invisible binoculars. Don't you think? I think I need to add some dots into this background section here. And why not go with our friend orange? Here's kind of a deeper orange. And I'm just going to kind of go with dots here. Did you guys all see the page that Lynn Miller completed from the Draw Live session? She did that all in dots. That looked awesome, Lynn. You guys need to go lay down. Go lay down, girls. Who is this near my feet? Scarlett, lay down, sweetie. Good job, Scarlett. You know, sometimes I tell my dogs to lay down, and I'm actually kind of surprised that they're doing it. Does anybody else have that happen? It's like, oh my God, they did it. My phone won't let me post pics of the stupid book. This is not the color I wanted. Let's go with this one. But hopefully it's okay to post. Oh, should have gotten one of Anne's books instead. Posting in the Just Color coloring group, Lois. That's fine. It won't let you post anything. And I don't think you can post a picture in this chat. in the comments. I don't really know why, but it won't. When you are putting dots on a coloring page, here are 2 questions for those of you that use dots. Do you count the dots? And does it does it bring you to that place in your mind where you are not thinking of anything? You know, that place of now you're like one with the dots. And here's the 3rd question. Are you making the dots so that they're in like a uniform row? I think you did that on one of them, didn't you, Lynn? Where you made the dots kind of like in lines. I usually just kind of just do random placement of all of the dots, you know? I don't have any rhyme or reason. Maybe we should post, well, we can't. I was going to say, maybe we should post that book with like a big X across it with one of my books next to it. I can't do that. That would be terrible. I would never do that. That would be poor marketing on my part. All right, we need another color for this middle section here. And there's kind of like this salmon-y color right here. So I'm going to go with that. So far I've used markers, gel pens, crayons, colored pencil, chalk, mixed media for sure, right? In this section right here. And now this side right here, I feel like I'm going to go with some blue and some green. I love a blue and green together, like a lime color. But maybe we'll mix it up on that one. So let's see if we've got a lime color here. We do. Faber-Castell Polychromo. Lois is saying, yesterday a doctor's appointment. I waited 2 hours and 20 minutes before I saw the doctor. My blood pressure was high. I wonder why. No kidding. I went to the doctor a few weeks ago. My blood pressure was very high. And the doctor looked at me and said, it's because I'm here. You're here with me. Then I had to go to another doctor's appointment. And as I'm driving into the doctor's appointment, this woman decides to walk across the street without looking and practically stepped right in front of my car. So I said to myself, well, now what's my blood pressure going to be if that happened? Sure enough, it was a little high. But then it was okay after I sat there and relaxed. But yeah, no kidding. They say that that's not the best place to have your blood pressure taken, at a doctor's office. Isn't that crazy? Lynn saying, I don't count. Sometimes I go in a row, sometimes curves. It looks neat, but then I fill it in and ruin the look. No, you got to just go with what your first gut instinct is, Lynn. Dots totally don't work for me, Lois is telling us. I wind up not getting the pen off the paper before moving to the next one, so they are not round. I do not like dots. I don't really think they have to look like dots as much as they kind of look like a speckled look. I kind of think inside my head that I'm doing like, I've got like a rhythm going with them. You know? Alice is saying, do you bring, Linda's asking Alice, do you bring a coloring book with you? Oh, that would have been a good idea. I don't know what your comment is to me about that, Lois. What are we referring to? You know, there's such a delay on this that sometimes I have like 7-minute memory only. Or 7-second memory. I only remember what happened. Because there's like a 7-second delay. So sometimes people comment and I don't know what the heck they're commenting about. Where did you get those pens, Anne, and how much are they? Faber-Castell Duo Tip Markers, Barb, and they were on Amazon for $9.99 US. In the U.S. I don't know what they would be in Canada. Maybe they would be like 11 or 12. A little bit higher, right? And then I'm going to do my background here with some blue. White coat syndrome raises blood pressure. Lynn is saying. Yeah, my doctor tells me that. He's like, you have white coat syndrome. Well, how about the noise of those little machines? That's enough to raise your blood pressure right there. Making that little noise. One time, the cuff didn't have enough air out of it on me, and it actually burst off my arm. I was a little worried on that day. I had a long wait at the bank yesterday. I listened to a book. How long did you have to wait that you listened to a book? You weren't just there for like at the teller, then I would imagine. Melanie says, I always take a coloring book to doctor's appointments, and I don't see all the comments, but no coloring book. I should have taken one. Yeah, you definitely should have taken one. Maybe you need to give one to your doctor. Oh, no, don't do that. Then you'll have to wait even longer, because there she'll be in the background, in her office, in the back room. There's the doctor in the stock room. Wouldn't that be terrible? Makes you think that it's like, I don't know. All right, here's another color here that's kind of a light blue. You know, I'm disappointed that I'm missing some of the colors because there's a piece of, like, there's covering. There's a covering over in here. Yeah, the cuff does hurt, doesn't it? I had to look back to see what the comment was. It was reply to your comment about posting that book with a big X over it. Oh, all right. Yeah, I can't do that because the book company might have a problem with it. I know you guys would be all right with it, but... Melody says, my doctor wears jeans and a shirt. No doctor attire at all. Maybe that, and I bet that's why. Maybe he wants you to think that it's a casual setting and it's no big deal, right? And does he go back into the stock room? The stock room. I have a really close friend that's a doctor, actually. And it always cracked me up when I would, like, you go to the doctor and you sit there and you wait, right? Well, one day I was in her office with her. I had gone there for something else. And I think we had gone out for lunch. And I wasn't like a patient or anything. So here we are, and we go back. She's like, oh, come back to my office. I have to show you something. I'm like, all right. So we go into her office, and we're sitting in her office, and the person comes in, and they said, okay, so-and-so is ready in room 5. And I said, do you need to go? No big deal. They can wait. And I thought to myself, this is what goes on behind the scenes while I'm sitting in the exam room in my Johnny with no clothes on and underneath, sitting there freezing, waiting, right? This is what the doctor's doing. They're sitting in their office talking to their friend. I said, I think you need to go. No, they can wait. And it wasn't even like we were talking about anything important or anything that was pressing. Finally, I just said, you know what? I have to leave. I've got to go. I need to be somewhere. You have patience. Don't let them wait. So she said, yeah, let me just go to the bathroom first and then I'll go see them. I was like, oh my goodness. So I have a whole new perspective about what goes on behind the scenes while you're sitting there waiting. Your doctor does that too, Sarah? See? Beth says, if they use the wrong blood pressure cuff on you, it can change what your blood pressure is. Interesting. Like, in what way? We have so many nurses that are in this group. It's incredible. Isn't it? Lois is saying, it's a color by number book, but I think the numbers are going to show through after I do the coloring, which kind of wrecked the picture. My doctor takes his time with each patient. Yeah, my doctor does too. Any doctor that I see does that. And once my friend is in with her patient, she does take her time, but it was just kind of funny. First of all, I think it's kind of weird that I actually have a friend that is a doctor. Like, that's kind of weird to me. You know? I don't know. All right, let's see what else we've got going on. We've got this section here. I'm thinking, well, I wonder what will happen. Let's test it. If I put chalk on top of that and then go on top of the chalk. Lois is saying, on the flip side, that's the relationship with your doctor that is rare these days. Well, she's actually not she's not anymore. She's not my doctor. If I needed her to be my doctor, she would be. But, yeah, she just, it was kind of funny. We're more friends than she is my doctor. So here's my chalk. Here is my chalk. And Heather was telling me that I should use a Q-tip. And I'm too lazy to get up. So I'm not going to. But I am going to rub in what is there. And then I'm thinking that, look at that, how nice that looks. Just kind of that light color. Hey, Karen. Karen, you have the flu? Oh, I had the flu. It's kick in the pants, isn't it? I think that's what they do in the ER. They take their time, they eat, they talk. I do too, Melody. I totally agree with you. It's like, oh, no big deal. Let them just wait. They're naked. It's no big deal. Let's turn up the air conditioning while they sit there. My goodness. My crayon just fell on the floor, and I think it's the color that I wanted. I'll tell you one thing about mixed media. It's a messy thing to do. Let's use purple. I'm going to use a purple crayon on top of my chalk. Oh, it works out fine. You know why? Because I really kind of pushed the chalk into the page. So a nice background. I thought about using eyeshadow, and I have hot pink and yellow and blue eyeshadow, and I just cannot find it. I must have used it. I don't know. Used it as eyeshadow. No, I don't know where it is. So that would have made a good background, but that chalk is doing the same type of effect. Oh, I hope you feel better, Karen. All right, so there's my purple. I'm just going to kind of do some purples on here, and then maybe go back in and add some more colors. Maybe I'll add a red. This is called violet red, so it's not really red, but it's more like a magenta or hot pink. Does anybody have keeps calling me, called Be Safe at Home? Does anybody have them call you? They called me 9 times the other day, and I just can't get rid of them. A couple of times I went through the whole thing and got to the point where I got them to take me off, say they were going to take me off their list, but I don't know what else to do from Be Safe at Home. Let's add this purple in here. Oh, it's the same one. Darn it. All right. So we made a mistake. That's okay. Continue on. Pretend that's mode. Paisley and Scarlet won't eat the crayon, will they? No, it's right here. Let me get it. Hold on. I got it. Scarlet ate pencil shavings one time. She was fine. Thank God. All the pencil shavings out of the trash. Sometimes she's a little bit of a trash picker. If it's not hidden, you know. The whole village where I lived had an outbreak of influenza, and thankfully I didn't get it. Oh, that is very thankful that you didn't get it, Barb. My goodness. It's like everybody go away, right? Lynn says, was it your cell phone? I use Umail, and it's easy to block callers. Oh, really? Is it an app, Lynn? It is my cell phone that was ringing. My cell phone that I'm using to film this. My cell phone is my camera for a live video. And I have my phone on airplane mode while I'm doing this so it doesn't ring. But it's not working. It's driving me crazy. Here's kind of a light purple marker. So Umail. I'll have to try that. It's so bad. I heard that Karen's comment, I used to love cigarette ashes. I heard that Verizon was coming out with some sort of app to block those robocalls. And they use other people's phone numbers, right? That's the part that gets me. Like the other day, there was the caller ID at my landline phone, because yes, I am like in 1970, and I have a landline phone. I know. I don't know why I still do, but I do. And the landline, the caller ID said it was from some doctor's office, but it wasn't. It was solar people, the people that told me that call you all the time to see if you want solar panels on your house. That lady was really bad. This color is yellow-orange Crayola. And then I'm thinking that I could add some gel pens to this other section, to the other sections on this area. It's an app. It takes messages and sends texts of messages to email. Oh my goodness, how many emails would I get, Lynn? That would be terrible. I already get a lot of emails that need to just be deleted and unsubscribed from. How about that? Anybody have any, do you have anything that I can stop that happening? Because every once in a while I just kind of sit here and unsubscribe, but there's got to be a better way. Okay, I'm going to use blue for these dots. And then I'm thinking I'll use a gel pen on the other sections. Judy's saying, I hate when they won't take no for an answer. I'm not a rude person, but I hang up on them. I don't even get that far. I just am like really just not nice to them, Judy. I'm just really rude to them. It was like the woman that called me the other day from, I wish this was darker, this pen. Why isn't this darker? That is not what I want. The woman that called me the other day from the solar people, and she said to me, she called me from the solar place, and I said, I'm just not really interested. And she said, why not? I said, because I'm not interested. I'd really appreciate it if you take me off your list. And she proceeded to say to me, do you even know why I'm calling you? I said, yeah, you're calling me to get solar panels so I can save money on my electric bill. I'm telling you I'm not interested. And she started screaming at me. What do you mean you're not interested in saving on your electric bill? Finally, I just said, just goodbye to you. And hung up. That was my extent of being mean, Judy. Maybe I need to be meaner. Hey, Cleo. I deleted more than 1,000 emails yesterday. I still have 89,000. Are you serious, Lynn? When I see it get to like 100 or 500, the other day it was 700. I was like, what the heck? How long did it take you to get 89,000 emails? I delete everything. I'm a deleter. Delete, delete, delete. I'm making these pink. Just because I want to. Just because it's fun. There's an app called RoboKiller, RoboCop, and it responds to the caller and keeps them talking. One of the things is a guy answering pretends that his wife is in labor. Oh my God. Thank you, Beth. I just got a call Alice is saying, and the recording says, do not hang up. I'm calling about your request for pain relief. I hung up. How dare them say do not hang up. Yeah, I don't like when they say that either. The be safe at home people, though, I mean, it's awful. Hello there. This is Be Safe at Home. I can't stand them. One time, telemarketing was calling, wanted to sell my apartment, and I said no, and she was very mad at me. Barbara's telling us, you have 10,000 emails, Abby? 1,400 emails to get through. Do you read all of them, Cleo? I just delete, delete, delete. You know what? I have emails from people that I really need to make sure that I keep up with, like close friends, set up as VIP, so it goes to a second section of my email, so I don't have to worry that it gets mixed in with the ones that I don't want. Mamie says if they ask if you can hear them, I do not answer them. Yeah, no kidding, isn't it? There's something that you can use to do your yes answer. Not sure, but I thought it was when you press number 9, you can it automatically takes you off the list. You got Be Safe at Home today, Judy? Yeah, Be Safe at Home. Hello there. Doesn't she sound like that? Hello there. Crazy. You prefer the private message, Cleo? I know, but sometimes people don't like that. People don't like that either, right? It's such an individual preference, I guess it's called. Is that what it's called? Preference? Okay, let's look to see what I finished up here. I was getting all, flustered with Be Safe at Home. My apricot crayon is mixed in with my Faber-Castell markers. Whew. Oh, here's another piece of a crayon that fell out. These crayons are just not fitting in this box. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right. So, we have, this is a finished page. All right. So what else have we got going on? We have another color along happening happening next week. See where we're at here. We've got to check in with ourselves here. We did mixed media today. Done. Next Monday, we're doing doodles. Then we've got crayons happening on the 10th. Woodless colored pencils on the 15th. And then monochromatic on the 17th. And that's the last day of Color Along Volume 11. Color Along Volume 12 starts on May 13th. But I won't really get into that right now because I'll be talking about that more over the next few days. However, as let me flip through this book. And in the meantime, take a look at Coloring Camp. I've got a Coloring Camp graphic on the screen right now. Coloring Camp is happening on April 28th to May 4th. And this is a 4th Coloring Camp. Can you believe we've done Coloring Camp? This will be 4 times the 4th session of Coloring Camp. Coloring Camp is going to be a blast. I'm excited about Coloring Camp. And we begin on April 28th, which is the week after Easter. And I'm making Karen laugh. I'm here to entertain, Karen. What can I say? And we meet Sunday through Saturday, every morning at 10 a.m. till about 11:30ish a.m. Eastern Time. And we are coloring a variety of different pages in the Coloring Camp coloring book. So I'm excited about Coloring Camp because this is the first time we're going to be tackling gems and skin tones. And I'm going to show you that book while we're here together today. So the Coloring Camp coloring book, we've got the schedule all set here. The first day we're doing blending and shading. Then we're moving on to gemstones, which is going to be a lot of fun. Judy said, I can't wait for Coloring Camp. Me neither. Good brand for woodless crayons, woodless colored pencils. Woodless colored pencils, I like Koh-i-Noor or Ashley Nicole woodless colored pencils are good too. Karen says, I just found a box of woodless colored pencils from 2004 in a box I never unpacked. Oh my goodness, what a find that is. You're right. Then we're going to tackle skin tones, and I have the Black Widow skin tone pencils, but you don't have to have those to do this camp. And then we've got abstract happening on May 1st, yay or nay. Do you like abstract pages? Do you look at them and say, oh my God, get away from me? Or do you think, wow, I'm going in and I can't wait to really do this? Then we've got pointillism on May 2nd. Monochromatic grayscale on Friday, and then we're using the watercolor effect with gel crayons on Saturday. So let's do a quick flip through of this book so you can see the type of pages that we're actually going to be tackling in the Coloring Camp book. We've got blending and shading, gems. We're going to talk about how to color all of these different types of gems and then apply this to these little mandalas for gems and stones. And I've even got some meanings of different gems. Rose quartz, for example, raises color, raises self-esteem. I got a call. The lady says to me that someone in her house applied for Medicare. Since I set up mine, helped my daughter get hers set up, I knew it was a lie. Isn't he crazy? You prefer abstract, Lynn? What do you think about those skin tone pencils? They're really nice. I like them. And this is we're just going to do kind of like a basic kind of demonstration of what to do with skin tones with these 4 little heads. And then we've got an abstract page here that we're just going to dive into. I'm excited about that one. This is a page we're using for pointillism. And then we'll be using this page, which is an illustration that I did long ago of an imaginary city. And this is going to be a grayscale page for with monochromatic, using only one color. And then we have a watercolor page, which is going to be with gel crayons, this candle page, similar to the candle book. Now, all of the pages that are in this book are drawn exclusively for the Coloring Camp book. So really, it's kind of like its own little coloring book when you think about it. And if you're unable to actually attend the live videos every single day, then you can easily just watch them as a replay. So, so that's what's happening with Coloring Camp. We've got a coloring challenge that happens throughout the entire week. And then there's activity pages. Finish It Up, similar to my Finish It Up book, where you kind of go through this. This is a nice little activity to get involved in, to kind of exercise your brain. Find the Hidden Objects coloring page. We have a maze. Oh my God, is what I say about this one, right? But it's going to be interesting. And then we have a word scramble with Spring is in the Air as the topic. We have a TP coloring page from the cover. And then the next batch, the second half of the book, are all the same pages because there's 2 copies of every set. So you could buy this. Say you have a one of your kids wants to get involved in this, then you can actually kind of share this book. And then we've got color swatch charts in the back of it for each of our coloring pages. So that is coloring camp. So it starts on April 28th. You can sign up. If you could sign up the day before if you wanted to get the PDF on my website, but make sure that you have enough time to actually have your book delivered from Amazon. Any questions about coloring camp going forward, or any questions about Color On Volume 12 or Color On Volume 11 that we're almost done with, that we're finishing up, or any of the products that I was using? So what else are we doing this week? That's about it. This Saturday we have our painting membership class that's happening on Saturday. We can't wait for that because we are painting a landscape. And sometimes we use a template, but this time we're going template free. We're kind of like, I don't know. Should we call it going commando? I don't know. Should we call it that? Okay, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me today. This was a blast. And it's always nice to spend time with all of you. We will see everyone back again on Monday. In the meantime, post your finished pages on the Just Color Coloring Group. We can't wait to see what everyone is coloring. If you have any questions about camp, you can always let me know. You can email me. You can send me a message. However you need to get in touch. You can call me. My phone number is on the template free. Sounds good, doesn't it, Lynn? I think it's going to be fun. Okay, friends. Hey, have a great day, everyone. Thanks.